All right, welcome. Thank you for joining us. It is time to go over some hot properties. We've got my homeboys in the house today. Brent Cole is here. What's up, Brent? How you doing, brother?
Great. How are you?
Great to see you. Cooper McLaughlin here as well.
Nice to see you, as always.
Yes, in a suit that I would wear. But I would just probably wear an orange shirt or something like that.
I've got quite the fashion sense, or at least whatever my wife brings home.
Beautiful, guys. Well, let's start with the first one here on J Street. Now, these are all hot properties, according to Brent Cole, and they're hot properties that are worthy of your attention. These are properties that are good deals in good areas, and also special financing available on these homes.
Yes. So we're going to start in Sherman Heights, historic Sherman Heights. If you're not familiar with Sherman Heights, this is an area that is just within walking distance of the East Village, really. So
yeah, this is on J Street.
It's on J Street. So address is 2129. So the 21 means it's 21st and J.
Yeah.
And so knowing that the ballpark is right there at 10th.
10th and J, basically.
Yeah.
So you're
10-minute
11
walk.
blocks.
Yeah. Yep. So you're right there up on the hill. It's a periphery neighborhood of downtown, which I think has great long-term value. And it's one of those, if you look at South Park, then Golden Hill, what pricing has been doing, and then now into Sherman Heights and Logan Heights, all those areas, we're seeing upward trends and I think some
What's
upside.
the rental market like there? Is it comparable to Golden Hill price?
Getting
point?
there, and I would say there's a lot of people looking for opportunities for Airbnb and things like that, and almost no location downtown allows that. So within
this would.
So having that close proximity allows for.
Yeah, this is a 5-minute Uber from East Village to Gas Lamp. Now, give us the 411 on this. How many bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, price?
Yep, it's 1,012 square feet. So it's about $570 a square foot. But the key to this one, it's super charming and it's historic. So it does have the Historic Mills Act designation.
Awesome.
So they've gone through the historic review. And it's approved. It has the placard on there, and that means big tax savings.
Big tax savings, and as you can see here, it doesn't really have the historic look. It's got the open setup that's more modern in the historic bones of this home.
Yeah, so it's a 2-bedroom, and let's see here. Yeah, so it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,012 square feet, and you got the charming stained glass windows, but like you said, more of an open concept. They refinished those gleaming wood floors, so it's really, really nice.
Beautiful.
And again, you're in close proximity to downtown. And
how many bedrooms on this one?
2.
2-bedroom, 2-bath?
2-bedroom, 2-bath. Yep. Priced at $579.
$579.
So this qualifies for that program that we've been talking about here, and
so with the professional loan, there has been a few changes with that. The bank has modified it, so it is all first-time home buyers, which is a big change, which means that you cannot have owned a property within the last 3 years. And if that's the case, you qualify. And then the other big one is that you have to actively be working in your profession. And the professions that do qualify are doctors, dentists, attorneys, pilots, nurse practitioners, accountants, CPAs, and I think veterinarians as well. So
this is still 0 down loan.
It is 0 down. So I mean, these are really great programs. I just last week closed 2 of these. One of them was for almost $1 million. We did get some exceptions for some lower down payment, but they ended up putting 5% down. And then the other one, 0 down, a $650,000 purchase. They got to keep all their money, do the remodels, and get the house they want. So it really made a big difference. So these are good programs, and if you do fit in one of those professions, it's really a great opportunity to get out there and get something.
And this kind of shows you the breakdown here on this particular property on J Street in the historic Sherman Heights area at $579, assuming that you bought it for the full asking price, which doesn't necessarily have to be the case, right, Brent? Might be able to get wiggle a little bit of room on that one.
Yep. And I'll have to say on that breakdown, that might be conservative, because looking at the taxes, the numbers on the taxes with the Mills Act,
about double. what they would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that payment's probably less than what you would see reflected on there.
By $200 or $300 probably, huh?
Yeah. So 3,200. I mean, for a home.
You know, as far as rentals and you know where the offset is, particularly at that price point at $579, I think it's obtainable. You know, when I meet with a lot of first-time home buyers, these are price points that people are looking at.
Yeah, no question about it. All right.
And it is zero down. I mean,
it's zero down.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, there's no down payment toward the loan amount. You'd have some closing costs and things like that to consider, but definitely reduces. It keeps the cash there for the improvements if you want to make them, if you want to renovate a home, if you want to do with a historic home. I don't know if you could quite do that or not. But you know, in most cases, that's the function sort of the program.
Or even appliances and furniture. I mean, just you know, we know it's not. It takes a little bit of money once you buy a house to kind of get it how you want. So.
Yep.
Yep, no question about it. All right, let's jump over to Franklin here. Let's check this one out here now. Where is this one exactly?
Franklin. This is in Logan Heights, up and coming Logan Heights. You know, you're perched up on the hill. Again, you're banking on some upside because seeing what's happening and the trends in the neighborhoods like Golden Hill and South Park, you're just the next adjacent neighborhood to Sherman Heights there, and with all that's happening in the Barrio Logan area, you're sitting up on top of the hill. This is a rather large lot, so it's a bigger lot, 2,380 square foot home. And it's 5 bedrooms.
Wow.
Yeah. So 2 full baths and 1 half bath. So 3 bathrooms. And
so 5, 2.5. Mm-hmm. How much are they asking for this one?
So this one's priced at $719.
$719. So it qualifies for the 100% financing program as far as the amount is concerned. And you've got this one. Looks like it's been really nicely redone here.
Yeah, it does. So you know you're getting a lot of bang for the buck. And I think that, you know, if you look at price points in surrounding neighborhoods, there could be some upside here long term.
For a 5-bedroom, yeah, it's pretty rare.
Yeah, so it's a big family home. So if you're a family looking for something larger and you have kids, you want to grow the family, you have a nice long-term play here. But the house, it's on a big corner lot and close to everything. Close to all restaurants and things that are happening down in Barrio Logan or downtown, freeway access.
This one has that historic feel as well.
It does. So there could be potential for, you know, whether or not it qualifies, you would have to go through historic review. But at this point, it's unknown. I don't know that if they made any physical changes. Well,
it just kind of has that feel. I mean, whether it qualifies to be a historic home technically or not, it's hard to say. But
it's got character.
It has character, exactly. People really like that. They're looking for that.
They do.
Just look at the detail on those windows, and you know you can tell that that's a different style. It's a very character-oriented.
It looks like it was. I mean, it's in good shape as well, where you don't need to come in and.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that was kind of my mindset when I was making my selections here. And you know, this is not my listing, nor was the first one. The first one was listed by is a One Mission Realty, Troy Kernett. That was his listing. This one here is Hector Garcia with Big Block. So they were kind enough for me to put these on my list, and I think they're great properties. So good locations with upside.
Yeah, and in really good shape too.
Mm-hmm. Newer appliances, you know. White cabinetry. It's got a modern feel to it, even though it has that historic
design.
Feel.
Yeah, it has a historic design and sort of structure, but with the modern updates that I think a lot of people are sort of expecting, especially buyers, you know, who are going to pay top dollar. They're really expecting those types of things to be there. Modern appliances is really, really nice touch.
Yeah.
And this is a 5-bedroom home.
It's a 5-bedroom. You look at 5-bedroom homes in South Park, and it's, you know, you're at the $1 million price point pretty consistently.
Easily. If you can find one.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So a little bit more space, and, you know, your dollar goes a little bit further.
Well, and this is probably the easier access from transit corridors as well. So that's one thing, you know, I mean, I love South Park, and I think there's a lot of upside there, but you know, it's 15 minutes getting into South Park when you get off the interstates.
And let's check out the financing for this one, Cooper.
Let's check it out. See what we got.
This is on Franklin.
Again, so 0 down, so the professional loans, this is for, again, the doctors, dentists, veterinarians, pilots, accountants, attorneys is a big one as well. And this is with 0 down, and that does, so we can do 0 down all the way up to $850,000. So you do have to be a first-time home buyer, and some other, restrictions, but generally speaking, if you're, coming out of school, just getting started, you'll qualify for these programs.
And that's pretty cool, and that gives you kind of an all-in payment with 0 down, just based on if you paid full price, full asking price, which is obviously negotiable, but just to give you an idea what that looks like, going with 100% financing through this special program. And this is a 7-year ARM, right?
It is. So it's a 7-year ARM. The nice thing about these programs, though, as well, is they do allow for recasting. So let's say you came into, a lot of money, or, a lot of these professions, after they get a year or two in, they start making more money, and they want to maybe adjust that payment down. They can pay the principal balance down, and the bank will recast based on the new loan balance.
Okay, so you don't have to refinance.
So you don't have to refinance. And ultimately, I think, this is probably a program you're going to get in, you're going to hold for, anywhere from 1 to 5 years, and, you're either going to move up or you're in a profession that will allow you to, modify this maybe into a standard 30-year fixed or some other vessel.
Okay.
Well, with that in mind too, is if you're looking at neighborhoods that have upside, and there's equity growth,
Yeah.
you recast it in a couple of years, and you've paid down a little bit of that principal.
And you got some appreciation.
Yeah, you might be getting closer to that.
Yeah, and there's no mortgage insurance. I mean, that's key. So the rates are good, and there's no mortgage insurance. So you're just not throwing money away.
Yeah, that's huge.
Something that especially these markets. Yep. Every dollar counts, and things are only getting more expensive.
No doubt about it. All right, let's jump over to Ridgefield. Let's check that one out.
Okay, so let's see here. That was on my other page. Sorry. Okay, so this is over in Rancho Penasquitos. This is Ken and Gina, Gina Barnes, Ken Tablang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my friends over at Compass.
Ken is the best dressed man.
He's a great dressed man.
In all real estate.
And he is they're fun people, great entertainers. And
well, they just moved over to Compass recently as well, didn't they?
Yeah. So this is a brand new listing that came on the market. I believe it came on Thursday or Friday of last week. But I saw him send me a little email notification on this one, and I wanted to talk about it. Rancho Penasquitos. We've been kind of focusing on neighborhoods that are south of the 52 primarily, but this one up a little bit higher, close to where there's a lot of jobs, but still within close proximity if you're a physician to UCSD or some of those areas there. But good schools out there, a lot of demand for Rancho Penasquitos. This is approximately 1,735 square feet, built in 1987, and it's a 3-bedroom or a 4-bed optional bedroom. So it's optional 4-bedroom. So there's a 3-bedroom plus a den, and then 2 full baths.
Very nice. And what are we asking for this one?
Yep. So this one's listed at $765.
765. Okay, so kind of right in the middle of the price point over there, or towards the low end, actually.
Yeah, it is.
For a detached home like this. I love the vaulted ceilings here, and really what you get is just a great neighborhood. Looks like it's on a cul-de-sac as well.
It is, yeah, and I was going to mention that. I live on a cul-de-sac, and I will say for kids, and living on a cul-de-sac is pretty special. I grew up on a cul-de-sac, and it's fun, when you have other kids living on nearby.
Plenty of room for a pool in the backyard here, too.
Go.
If you're saving your down payment for a pool,
well,
that's where it can really make a big difference.
It might be a warm day in Rancho Penasquitos today, so a pool might be a hot commodity.
Yeah, you need a pool a lot more than you used to,
right.
That's for sure. You've got space there. You definitely have the room for it. And I like the high fence line also. People really, really like that. No one's going to be able to see into your home.
Exactly.
Your whole sanctuary there will be completely protected, which is really nice. So you've got a big yard there that is kind of a blank slate right now. You can do what you want with it. Pool might be something that makes sense with this program where, you're going to be making more money in a few years.
Yeah.
You save your down payment or whatever it may be, and you go and you do that because the home is in great shape.
Yep, it has a 2-car garage. It has newer appliances, you can see, and
you do need a pool in that area, though. I mean, it makes a big difference now in the summers.
I think
it's nice to have, yeah. Although, I mean, having a friend with a pool is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
It's not as good, though. It's not as good because you feel bad at a certain point. I mean, you can't go and ask your friend's pool every day.
Yeah.
And usually we get like that 2 or 3 week period where it's really warm like it has been here
Yeah.
recently, and you need to get in every day. You really do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting hot what day you're going to pick? Oh, let's tough it out today, honey. We'll go ask them to get in the pool tomorrow. You want to just get in there. So that's definitely an option with this one. And, the high ceilings are great. Open concept here really throughout this home.
Yeah, it appears move-in ready. This one I have not been in, but, in talking to Ken, it looks ready to go, or you can move in, not have to do a whole lot to it. And at the price point that it's at.
It's priced right.
Yeah.
Yep, they priced it to move. It will move. There's no doubt. They've staged it well. This is definitely one that's going to move fast in this area. Really, anything sub 800, does not last long, especially detached home like this with this kind of setup and floor plan.
Yeah.
And you said it was a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom?
This one is a 3-bedroom plus a den,
Plus
so
a
it
den.
has an optional.
Okay, so 3 plus 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to move for sure in this price point in this area, no question about it.
Yeah, they held it open on Sunday. So first showings, I think, were over the weekend, but this is one that would be easy to show, so we can get you in there pretty quickly.
I think a home like this would probably sell the first weekend if it weren't holiday weekend.
Right.
So this is just kind of an opportunity that might be knocking for the right family here. You see dual sinks in the master as well, right off of the master bedroom.
And especially with interest rates down, I mean, and a price point, down like this with such a strong opportunity. I mean, I don't see this one lasting.
Let's check out the financing on this one here, Coop. We're going to look over here at the financing terms, and this is on Ridgefield. And
Okay.
$765 is the asking price for this one. So if you pay full asking price, here's the data you're looking at.
Yeah, again, 0 down, no MI. For the professions that we did talk about that qualify. And it just gives you a good opportunity. You get in, gives you some money to fix it up, maybe put that pool in. And especially in that area, there's probably, I would be surprised if you didn't see above appreciation for the rest of I think San Diego in some areas has slowed down, but I think some of these other areas are probably
The hot school districts,
there's a lot of people that want to be up there for that reason.
For sure. And what you're starting to see now is, and I don't know if you concur with this or not, Brent, but you're starting to see less and less people wanting to actually go all the way to Poway. More people are wanting to be on the other side of the 15. More people are wanting to get closer to it because you can get pretty deep into Poway now.
Sure.
And so there's a lot of people who I've talked to recently who said, we like Poway. We love the schools. But we also love these schools over here, and we would love to be a little bit closer to the beach, a little bit closer to town.
Right.
So you're starting to see that become even more and more desirable now.
Well, particularly with these professions, these are busy people, and cutting down on the commute, it just gives them more time to spend with the family and on the daily. I know Erica, she just closed a deal in Tierra Santa, and so closer proximity to a physician.
Yeah.
And so great neighborhood, close to good schools, kind of checks those boxes.
No doubt about it. That's definitely one to
And the
take
schools
a look
are only
at.
going to get better too.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the demographics that are coming in. So
There's no question about it.
That was something I did want to mention, that I'm hearing rumors of possibly a new school coming to the Logan Heights area. So
Is that right?
Might be something that is a feather in the cap for the property that we mentioned over on Franklin.
And let's jump to the next one here on Eden. All right, tell us
Yeah.
about this one, Brent.
Okay, so this is a turnkey single-level home in the heart of University City. Address is 3358 Eaton Avenue, and it's a 1,378 square foot. This one's only been on the market for about 8 days now, but it's a 3-bedroom and 2 full baths, and as you know, University City, hot
market.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
So-
92122, right? So this is like one of the smokingest hot neighborhoods that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Now this is listed for $849.
So it's listed for $849. It's just below the cutoff for zero financing on the program
Yeah,
here.
$850 is the cutoff.
Yep.
So $849 is like a steal. There's nothing that, I mean, other than fixtures.
I think
There's
there were two
beaters
properties
right
in University City. I selected this one. This one looked in better condition. You didn't have to, I don't think, do as much to the home to move in, but it, like, you know, like the listing says, it's turnkey, single level. Ryan Stein is the listing agent. This one is not up my listing, but he's with Keller Williams in La Jolla, and so, you know, you have granite countertops. You have
The open floor plan is
nice
huge.
open floor plan. Yep, and then, you know, the landscaping on the exterior, drought tolerant, and it's walking distance to, you know, good schools, Spreckles Elementary, Stanley Park. You know, you have the UC Marketplace and Sprouts nearby, so lots of good stuff to get to.
I know this is on the high end of the price points we discussed today, but this, in my opinion, is the best deal so far, because this neighborhood, I mean, everything's $1 million plus. It's so easy to get to $1 million here, especially for a turnkey home like this. To actually not only be at $1 million, not even be at 900, but to be at 849.
Right.
Especially for this layout. I mean, this thing is in great shape.
Yep, I just checked it before we started here. It's still active on the market, but don't know how long. So
I don't think this will last long. I'll just be honest with you on this one.
Now, can you Airbnb something like this?
well, with this program, it's owner
know?
occupied, but
Yeah, I mean,
You
down
know,
the road,
down the
so,
road a couple years.
you know, they buy this as their starter home, and, you know, a year or two down the road. I mean, are these neighborhoods that,
I think that Sherman Heights and Logan Heights have better opportunity for that, whereas University City, I think you're going to have professionals, but with the trolley link going in there and jobs nearby, I think, you know, as a rental it would be great. I think it would
Yeah.
perform well. I just don't think that you're going to have the demand for Airbnb that you would in those other two.
I'll just tell you, you're never going to
makes
leave.
sense?
If you buy this house, you move in there, you live there. The only thing that might happen is that you might upgrade to a nicer house in the same neighborhood, but you'll never leave this area.
Yeah.
You just won't.
Yeah.
No one leaves this area. That's why it's so hard to get houses here. That's why they're so expensive. It's just super convenient to every highway, to shopping. It's just all right there.
Right.
I mean, you can take a bird to Whole Foods, the mall. I mean, all these things from
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's just such a good location.
You're right. So
Great restaurants up there.
Totally.
Yeah.
Do the best. Yeah, they've got some of the best restaurants are in UTC, and there's a great shot. I love this shot here. If you want to throw this up, that's the curb shot right there. You're talking 849 in University City.
it's clean.
Look at this.
Yeah.
That's a smoking.
So a single
smoking
level,
deal.
shoot, you know, you could live in the property, and if you wanted to, you could easily put an ADU on the top of that garage and have a accessory dwelling there and rent it out to a UCSD student and offset, you know,
Yeah.
some of your monthly. That could be a possibility.
You could. My suggestion is buy this house immediately and live in it and love it.
Yeah.
And consider yourself lucky that
Right.
you watched this show today and you got the chance.
That is a great spot.
To buy that place, man. I'm just telling you, that is as good as it gets. So let's take a look here at the financing coop real quick.
You bet.
On Eaton Avenue, and this is in University City.
So this is right at the top of the program guidelines. So for the professional loan, for the doctors, attorneys, dentists, veterinarians, pilots,
Say nurses.
nurses, nurse practitioners, not just nurses, you have to be a nurse practitioner. And there's an accountant, CPAs. And again, first-time home buyers to qualify for this. But as you can see, I mean, zero down, getting into a home, no mortgage insurance, in a fantastic neighborhood. That house, I guarantee, for monthly rent is at least that number.
It's got to be close.
You know,
It's got to be close. If there's anything for rent in there.
if there's anything for rent there.
I don't know if there is.
Yeah.
I have kept an eye on the rental market, pretty close eye on the rental market, pretty much above the 52. I don't know that I've seen anything in that area.
Especially that kind of single level homes are great too. I mean, you know, it's easy, accessible for everybody. No stairs. Yeah,
and no down payment with this.
And no down payment.
That's the thing with that payment.
Yeah.
That monthly payment you're looking at, that is no down payment.
Yeah, and say in a couple of years you pay that down, then, you know.
You're going to make money on this house, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
You're going to make money on this house. I never say that.
Yeah.
But you'll make money on this. If you get this house for $849, you're going to make money on this house.
You want to schedule a showing?
I'm telling you, I may have to.
Yeah.
Well, you know how you know it's a really good deal is when you look at zero down and the financing numbers pretty much equal to what you could rent it out for, and that's with zero down.
With zero down, yeah.
You know, so you're like, okay, this has some upside potential.
This has a lot of upside, and it's just a great place to live.
Yeah.
Just a tremendous place to live.
It's
not going out of style. It will just become more and more desirable. It's right in the thick of everything that's good that's taking place.
And that's getting better.
That's what I mean.
In San Diego.
And more accessible. That's a smoking deal there, Brent. I concur.
Well, it was built in 1963, so it's got that, you know, it's got a bit of mid-century charm to it, you know, so it's what people want.
All right, let's jump back to downtown into your hood here, Brent. We're going to take a look at the Mark. Now, we've talked about the Mark on the show before as Hot Properties. It's definitely a place that we all really like. We're all bullish on the Mark for downtown. This particular unit, though, is bonkers.
Well, you know, so the Mark, we know a lot about this building. My wife worked for Douglas Wilson and sold the Mark as it was, you know, brand new. And the properties that are on the 20th floor and above, they change a little bit. So you have a higher ceiling height, so you have 10-foot ceilings. So just that extra bank of windows, it really opens up your view. But you're looking at the view, and that's, I was in this unit last Thursday on Broker Caravan, and if you had binoculars, you can call balls and strikes from that view. You're looking right down home plate, and Coronado Bridge, you know, over towards Glorieta Bay.
I mean, this is from the unit.
This is from the unit. This is your view. So, and that view right there, looking straight ahead, will never change because what's built right directly in front of it has already been built, and you can never, you know, build anything between there and the ballpark. Now, to the right of there is a brand new Ritz-Carlton that's going to be going in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So that's
in that parking lot.
Yep, in that parking lot. So construction allegedly will start at the end of the year. We'll see. It's been pushed back. There's been lawsuits, but that neighborhood's improving. East Village, again, kind of, I think, has taken a little bit of a beating, you know, for downtown. The condo market has slowed down a little bit, but this one stood out to me because priced at $840, you know, it's at $849.9, so we're at the top of this program.
What a view!
You know, I've seen properties on lower floors in this building priced higher. You know, 11th floor. You know, some of these other properties, you know, 10 floors lower, priced very similarly. So this one stood out to me.
And to be honest, on the 10th or 11th floor in the Mark, you're going to have a sick view as well. It's just not going to be this level. It's not going to be, hey, I can see a battleship, the Coronado Bridge, a Major League Baseball stadium, and the entire downtown area, and sunsets and all that. You may not have all that.
Yep. Yeah. And it's on the southwest corner of the building, which southwest corners typically are very desired.
Highest desirable.
You know, and so you know
you have the Harbor Club there.
Yep, Harbor Club there, and then you got so you get great sunsets in the winter months. You know, you get great natural light. You have the GE Monogram series appliances, and they're all upgraded in those units with the high ceilings.
How many square feet is this unit?
This one is
it's
two bedroom, 2 bath, 1243 square feet.
Oh, that's good for a condo.
It's good.
It's big.
You know, nice and open. You have that polished concrete kind of industrial look complemented with some luxury finishes. So it has that very tasteful design. 2 balconies. You can see one to the right there as well.
You're going to get great sunset views from that one. From your kitchen table into what I think is the master there. There's your kitchen setup. Everything's open.
Yeah.
Very bright. Lots of natural light here.
Yeah, granite countertops. So you have in-unit laundry right there. So that little louvered door is your stackable washer and dryer.
This is when you walk in.
Yep. So you walk in, you have a little foyer, and you come to that kitchen area.
So sick, man.
Yeah, it really is. And this one had motorized window coverings. If not, I know an owner of a blinds company.
Budget Blinds.
Yeah, Budget Blinds. David Kazier, good
Love
guy. It. Yeah, so
that's great.
Whose
work.
listing is this one?
So this listing is Kate Hamidi. She's with Berkshire Hathaway. She was kind enough to say that we can talk about this, and I think it's a great unit.
There's your bedroom shot.
Yeah,
right there.
So this one's been on the market for 44 days, and it's kind of, it's surprising. It shocked me when, I think she just had it on Caravan for the first time, and I think it's been overlooked until now. And
agreed.
So
yeah, I think there's value here. The downtown buyer is a particular type of buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The high-rise, buyer who, because the one difference, and we'll look at the, this is asking $849, which is the same as the last property I looked at.
Yep.
The payment on this one though will be higher because of HOAs.
Yes,
it will.
So,
it will.
but the difference is that with a property like this, is you get a tremendous amount of amenities. I don't know if we have photos of the amenities in here or not.
Yep.
But you have one of the coolest pools in all of downtown, really one of the coolest common areas.
I think so.
Security, there's a lot of things about the mark that are where you're actually getting a lot of value for that HOA fee.
So there's the building from the exterior. You can see there's those little brick townhomes on the exterior of the block, and that's actually all part of the complex. One of those actually came up for sale. Those are pretty rare, but that lives like a house, a detached home.
Yeah. It's also kind of like the fortress of the castle, if you will. I mean, that's the first layer that the bad guys have to get through.
Yep. And then in the middle there's a moat, which is the big pool and jacuzzi, and then you got to get through the security guards. But you have your own private drive, so if you have an Uber come take you home, they can safely bring you right inside the building and drop you off right there at the front door.
Pretty darn cool, man. Yep. So we don't have pictures of the common areas, but I can attest that the pool parties and whatnot are worth the HOA fee. I can tell you that right now. Let's check out the financing on this one, Coop. So this is going to be very similar to what we saw last time, but just we're going to have to add the HOA fees in here.
Correct, yeah. So again, zero down, no mortgage insurance. The big difference is the HOA of $805 a month. So that, that bumps you up. But for a 1,200 square foot condo that looks directly into home plate, downtown, and one of the nicest complexes downtown, it's very reasonable. So you can still get into this. You're under $6,000. Rent on something like that is going to be, it's hard to find those units. $4,000 to $5,000 maybe. In this, you get in zero down, and there's still upside. So,
I think so. And talking about the HOA, what do you get for that? You have the pool, the big jacuzzi, but a really nice gym, 24-hour security, concierge, on-site building manager. But what a lot of people overlook are the blanket insurance on the building. When you own a single-family home, you have deferred maintenance and things that you have to money that you have to tuck away on the side for a rainy day for repairs. That's all included. Your reserve funds are put in there to maintain the building.
The mark's past the litigation period, right?
They are past the litigation. They got a large settlement. I don't know the exact dollar amount, but I know it's substantial. So they're going to be going through some renovations and improvements to get the building, tip-top shape. It's one of the best managed buildings that I know downtown.
Which is huge.
Yeah, Nick is the general manager over there. The staff, they're all employed by the HOA, which is unusual. It's usually outsourced, but they do a great job, and it shows.
Yeah, no question about it. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. And we got one more here. We got a special. This is actually a coming soon situation.
This
right?
is, yeah. Mike McCurdy and his wife Allison. This is a coming soon. This one doesn't quite qualify for zero down. You would probably have to put 5% down on it.
5%, yeah.
This is brand new construction in Point Loma, which,
it is
a red hot market. But look at this is very luxury, high end. This is over on Garrison, and I don't have the sheet in front of me, the exact address. It's on
It's
the
3104 Garrison.
Yep, 3104. This is brand new. I drive by it pretty often, and they look great. That little corridor along Garrison or along Evergreen, which is just west of Rosecrans, you're starting to see a lot of these projects starting to pop up. But this is high end. You'll get a view shot, but you're looking towards downtown on many of these.
Now, is this a single family? Is it a townhome?
These are condos.
Okay.
I think there's 8 or so condos in the complex.
Awesome views.
But awesome views, awesome location.
What's the price point on this one?
They start at $950.
Start at $950. So there's going to be several different kinds. Are they all the same beds and baths? Or?
No, they're not. But they're they range from 17 to about 2,000 square foot. You have your own garage, private parking, roof, patios, large patios, and the location you can see.
Killer.
Yeah, they're killer, super modern, and low HOAs, solar powered, so your energy bills are going to be lower, and it's about the location right here, and Garrison Street. If you take Garrison and go all the way to the bay, you're basically at Point Loma Seafoods. So you're 2 blocks right here from Point Loma Seafoods and all the action. Your Uber or a Bird scooter ride right to Liberty Station. It's brand new. This is brand new construction.
Do we know what the price ranges are?
Start at $950. I don't know where it tops out, but I'm certain it's over $1 million.
Get-in's $950.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so for something like that, Cooper, you just 5% down.
5% down, yeah. The same. So we do 5% down all the way up to $1 million loan amount, and I have gotten exceptions to go higher. I've done 5% down all the way up to $1.2 million, which is a phenomenal deal.
So for people looking in the Point Loma area, this is right in the price point that they're going to be looking at anyway. I mean, you're not going to get in for $1 million unless you're buying a beater. I mean, I saw a property there. I can't remember what street it was on. Narragansett, I think it was. Complete tear down, and it was like a bidding war up to $900,000. So complete tear down. Yeah. It was a nice lot, but this is much more turnkey.
Well, and
brand new.
Yeah, or you find a similar type property like at Liberty Station. Those are well over $1 million. Many of those townhomes over there.
True.
And this is brand new, and so. You have.
And I like this location better than Liberty Station.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're not as
for traffic. Absolutely.
Well, you're not as close to the plains, so you get less plane noise right there.
Beautiful.
I like this location too. Again, you're right 2 blocks from the water, so
can't beat that, man.
You cannot.
Can't beat those views and the fact that it's brand new.
And this is a Compass coming soon, so that's kind of important. This has yet to get on the MLS. You can't find this one on the MLS, but if you want more information, you can shoot me an email or a message. But this is going to be, they're going to be launching a big grand opening for this project, so I can get you more information on that.
Terrific. Well, thanks for bringing that to our attention, Brent. It's always great to have you guys here. We're just trying to keep you posted about all the great deals that are happening here in San Diego real estate, so you can reach out to Brent if you have questions about these properties, or Cooper if you have questions about the financing. We appreciate you watching the show. Share this with your friends. Get them in the know as well. Help us make them smarter than everyone else.